Red Corner Boxing. We're in the game.
Yes, guys. Good evening and welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You with John and Mr. Neutral as always, and we are with Bobby and Samp. Bobby and Samp, Samp and Chance from the Samp and Chance podcast in Canada. And I already messed it up, mate. This was always going to happen, weren't it? We're going to hand the show over to them, but just before we do, we're going to say we're proudly sponsored by EasyStories.com and, of course, the Boxing Fight Zone. So, right, what we do now is we move Bobby to there, we move Samp Chance to there. Off you go, lads. What we got going on tonight?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a special episode of Samp Chance. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michael, right below us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing us on your platform and for hosting us. The great Mr. Neutral and Mr. Jams himself, the man with the energy, the man with the drive, the man with the passion. Jams Boxing. Guys, how you guys doing?
We're doing brilliant, mate. Thanks very much. Red Corner Boxing's here, hosting with the one and only Samp and Chance, Mr. Bobby and Mr. Chance Michael. Absolutely brilliant. And what an absolute pleasure to do a collaboration with this North America versus Europe debate. And I can't wait for it. It's going to be fire. I know there's going to be some real good names coming out here. We're anticipating the strategy, but, I'll leave it there. Get Jams, what you reckon?
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm happy to be here on the Samp and Chance podcast. I will get your name right one day. I apologise, mate. It's been one of them days where everything's been hectic, everything's been rushed. But yeah, we're here. Let's do this. Up to you, Chance. What you say, mate? What's the format, my brother?
All right, so what we got here, guys, for everybody's listening, we got UK versus North America boxing fantasy dream matchups debates. We have 6 versus 6. Me and Bobby will have 6 fighters representing North America. Neutral and Jams will have 6 fighters representing UK in 6 different weight classes, from heavyweight, light heavyweight, cruiserweight, middleweight, super middleweight, and finally, last but not least, welterweight. Take it away, Bobby. Introduce the heavyweights. Let's go.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, thank you to Chance Michaels for coming up with this format and putting it together. And here we are executing it. So we're going to start with the heavyweights right off the bat. Now, being the host, I love for you guys to go first.
Okay, but just to remind you, though, guys, we did actually switch it up. We didn't say UK versus North America. We went for Europe versus North America.
That's fine, too. Yeah.
North America versus
it would have been too one-sided else, to be truthful. So
yes. We had to give you a chance.
Well, here's our first pick. Here's our first pick on screen.
There's our first pick. Heavyweight, undisputed, the one and only Lennox Claudius Lewis. Born in East Ham, London, 1965, and then went to live in Canada. And a record of 42 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, and he was undisputed, 3-time world champion, retired unified. He was stripped after the Evander Holyfield fight for not defending against John Ruiz, which was unfortunate. That happens these days with these things, doesn't it, chaps? As soon as you become undisputed, you get stripped. There's a few boxers we can all mention that lately, and obviously maybe 1 or 2 of them in our picks. You never know. But as I said, beat everyone he ever faced. That's a feat in itself. Only 4 men in history have done that, and Lennox Lewis is one of them. 16 title defenses at heavyweight during the golden era of heavyweight boxing, which was the 80s and 90s, gentlemen. And to do it in that era was nothing short of spectacular for the Englishman. And that's our pick for a heavyweight, because there's so many we could have picked from. But Lennox is the standout. Obviously, Ring Magazine have got him down as the 4th best heavyweight of all time. And I just don't think that anybody would have lived with him, a heavyweight from any era.
Let me just have a quick run through before we get to your guys' pick. Let me have a run through of some of his opponents.
Yeah, please do.
So he stopped Mike Tyson, Vitaly Klitschko. Obviously, we know what happened there with the cut. He stopped Franz Bofar. He stopped Shannon the Callum Briggs. He stopped Michael Grant. He stopped Andrew Galotta, Oliver McCall in the rematch, Tommy Morrison, Frank Bruno, Tony Tucker, and Hasim Rahman in the other rematch. So we're talking about a legend there. And he also beat Ray Mercer, Evander Holyfield, David Tua. Now, we are talking all-time greats there. So your guy has got to be Muhammad Ali or someone better, else you guys are cooked here.
Okay, I guess we're not cooked. I think everything is good, and I think we are about to feast on the greatest heavyweight ever. His name is Mr. Muhammad Ali.
Knew it. Knew it.
So, why is he the greatest? I'll tell you why he's the greatest. Unmatched resume. Fraser, Foreman, Liston, Norton. He beat a Mount Rushmore of heavyweights, ladies and gentlemen. Reinvented the heavyweight boxing division with speed, footwork, timing like a middleweight in a big man's body. At that time, unheard of. Also, mental warfare mastery. Float like a butterfly, ring a bell, anybody? He got into everybody's head before he even started the fight. How many people did he break before they even got to the ring? Just saying. Top 5 wins. George Foreman, the impossible upset in Zaire, rope a dope brilliance. Joe Frazier, 2 and number 3, the Thriller of Manila, arguably the greatest fight ever. Sonny Liston took the crown in shocking fashion. Some can argue it this way and that, but he still won that one. Ken Norton III, grit, grit, grit. And Jimmy Ellis demonstrated skill over a crafty champion. Signature traits: lightning footwork, elite ring IQ, iron chin and heart, psychological warfare, and ability to adapt to mid-fight. Why is he above Joe Louis in my number 2? He was my number 2. So why did I pick him over number 2? Really, really simple. Joe Louis was technically perfect, but Ali's resume, era, strength, and global influence simply stand unmatched. Ali beat more Hall of Famers or near their prime than anyone else in boxing. So for Samp Chance and North America, Mr. Muhammad Ali.
Very good points. Very
Well,
great.
Vic.
I mean, obviously that's very detailed. I'm gonna have to up my game here. You know.
Alrighty, boys. We're going to move
when it
on to the
comes
next
to this.
category now.
Yeah.
You guys take it away, UK boys. We're going to go with the cruiserweight. Who is the greatest cruiserweight for you guys?
Have a look on the screen, matey. You'll see him right there.
Nice. Now tell everybody why.
Alexander Usyk, he's undisputed, mate. He's done it at heavyweight as well, but I know that don't come into the cruiserweights. He's just that good, mate. He goes against giants. You know, he's beating everyone. He's beat Fury twice, AJ twice. I know this is heavyweight talking. He beat Marius Bradis. He stopped Tony Bellew when he was in his prime. He stopped Marco Huck, Michael Hunter when he was undefeated. He is just that special. And if you can't get beat at cruiserweight and then you go into the heavyweight game and still can't get beat, there's something very, very special about you. And Alexander Usyk, he would have handled himself in any generation, in my opinion. He is an absolute world star. I'm not saying he'd be the best heavyweight of all time, by no means, else we'd have had him at heavyweight. But he is a very, very good fighter, and I don't see a cruiserweight who can beat him.
Great transition in
Neutral,
for
what's your case on this one?
this one. There's one cruiserweight that could beat him as a cruiserweight. Now, overall fighter in heavyweight, maybe Usyk could take him. There's one cruiserweight who has a better resume than Alexander Usyk, and that's Evander Holyfield. 44 wins, 10 losses, 2 draws, 29 KOs. The undisputed blueprint for cruiserweight excellence. Holyfield won the WBA title in 1968 with an epic 15-round war against Dwight Muhammad Kowe. I just watched a fight this morning again. Great fight. Ring Magazine has it as the greatest cruiserweight fight of all time. That's debatable, but we'll see. After that fight, Holyfield unified all the belts by 1988, defending them 6 times before moving up. His blend of power, heart, and skill set was a standard. He's the only undisputed champ in 2 weight classes at that time.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go with Evander Holyfield.
The Cowie fight was unbelievable, mate. What a fight that was. And RIP to the great Dwight Muhammad Cowie.
Yeah, he just died in the summer. I just watched the fight again this morning. What a fight.
It was a classic, mate. I'd say that's one of the greatest cruiserweight fights of all time, by all means. Absolutely.
I think Ring Magazine got that one right when they say that, for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree, Chance. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, fantastic fight. But I would still edge Usyk, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because of his tricky style.
It's not because that. I mean, he's beaten champions even in the cruiserweight division. You know, Marco Huck, Gravaki, we got Breedis, Murat Gassiev. These are multiple cruiserweight champions. Marco Huck, the longest reigning cruiserweight champion of all time. We check the history books. Alexander Usyk knocked him
And he
out.
was the first to beat Michael the Bounty Hunter as well.
Michael Hunter, who was
That's
virtually
no
a
easy win,
heavyweight
mate.
then.
Especially at Cruiser.
You know, he beat every champion to win every title at cruiserweight. You know, I know Evander did as well. It's such a close call. I love that matchup. You know, that would have been a mad, fantastic matchup.
Both picks are great. All right, boys, let's move on to the next category. This one is welterweight. My brothers in the UK, take it away.
Okay, then. We've picked British undisputed welterweight champion Lloyd Honeyghan. He was undisputed champion from 1986 to 1987. Before that, he worked himself up from the British, European, and Commonwealth champion, and to win the WBC and Ring Magazine and IBF titles. He was 31-0 before being beaten. He became. Let's see. Sorry, mate. I had to look this one up. When he become undisputed.
Is that when he beat Donald Curry, who was 25-0?
Yeah, Donald Curry. That's right. The great Donald Curry. To do that, and he was beating people in the later life, Gene Hatcher, Morris Brooker. So, I mean, these were fantastic names. But yeah, he was absolutely tremendous, and he had 6 title defenses, and he was 31-0 before being finally beaten to Jorge Vaca, who he then redeemed himself in the very next fight and got his titles back. So
also fight Vinny Pazienda, didn't he? He fought Vinny
Pazienda. He fought some great names. He lost to Matt Breland, of course, at Wembley in 1990, and that was when he was going for the WBA title. So, you know, this guy has been an absolute star for Britain at welterweight. And Lloyd Honeyghan.
And we know who Samp Chance are picking. Floyd Mayweather Jr. by any chance?
Yeah. So we're talking welterweight, right?
Yep. You're above.
All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, we're ready for Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Samp Chance, we pick for welterweight, Mr. Sugar Ray Leonard.
Whoa.
Why did I pick Sugar Ray Leonard? I'll tell you why I picked these greatest. Beat other legends, Hearns, Duran, Benitez. The entire Four Kings era runs through him. Okay? Elite athleticism, speed, power, footwork, fight IQ, all world class, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can't touch that. Really, you can't. Complete fighter, could brawl, could box, could counter, could dig deep when needed. I mean, the guy was the complete package at the time. Top 5 wins, Tommy Hearns. The comeback in round 13 and 14 is legendary. Yes, youngsters, guys used to fight up to the 15th round. It's not 12 anymore. It's not what it's like today. Roberto Duran, no mas. What else do I have to say? Is there anything else I need to say about that one? Wilfred Benitez took the title from a defensive wizard. Duran, even in a loss, he provided that he belonged in Donny Lalonde at a higher weight, but noteworthy. Signature traits, elite hand speed, brilliant footwork, clutch, late fight adjustments, charisma, and composure. Master of big moments. And I picked him over Mayweather because even though Mayweather is more consistent, Leonard beat better era of killers. Hearns, Duran, Benitez. Peak versus peak. Leonard edged him in that category. Ladies and gentlemen, North America's welterweight, Mr. Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd have to concede that one myself. So
I just want to point out he beat Davy Boy Green. He was a big British star back in the early 80s, around 81, 82, 1980 even. So yeah, that was a great name. However, he was never undisputed and never unified. So that goes against him.
Fair play.
Yep, well said. All right, boys, let's move on to the next category. We're going to go to light heavyweight. UK brothers, take it away.
Okay,
Yes,
we're looking at this guy right here.
the one and only Dimitri Bivol,
Cool.
2 times world champion, undisputed. Only lost to pound for pound great, and especially these days, and Artur Beterbiev.
Which he corrected.
Yes, which he corrected. Now you're talking about a ballet dancer, Nijinsky, in boxing boots. He is the epitome of the beautiful science of boxing. His style is fluid. He makes it look easy when he's snapping off his combinations. Hence the performances over Canelo Alvarez, Zotto, just to introduce himself to North America.
Lyndon
And
Arthur when he beat him over here as well. Malik
yeah,
Zinad, some great wins.
doing all the rounds. Obviously, the WBC banned him for a couple of years after beating Canelo. They were sore at that they banned him because he's Russian,
Also beat one
And
of our Canadian brethren's friends, didn't he? And Jean Pascal.
He did. I love one of my favorite fighters. Yeah.
I love
yes,
Jean Pascal, mate. Well, I was a big fan of his. And Adonis Stevenson. But yeah, Bivol
Yeah.
showed him the way, mate, with
as I
that poetry
say,
in motion.
he's guile. His defense is underrated. His offense is probably indefensible. So yeah, we're gonna pick, in my opinion, the greatest light heavyweight of all time, Mr. Dimitri Bivol.
Good pick. You picked the second greatest light heavyweight in all time. There's one better. His name is Archie Moore from the 50s to the early 60s. It was his peak. 186 wins, 23 losses, 10 draws. This number here is astonishing. 132 knockouts. Unbelievable. Let me give you a little background on the guy. The greatest light heavyweight ever. I already said that. The longest reign in the division history, 9+ years. 10 successful title defenses. Beat more Hall of Famers than anyone in history. Still holds the record for the most career knockouts. As I said, 132 knockouts. Old man Moore was still knocking out top contenders at the age of 48. So our pick is Archie Moore as the greatest light heavyweight of all time.
That's a fair pick, mate. That's a fair pick.
It's a great name. He's
That's a great name. His resume is unreal. I know it's different eras, but it was a no-brainer. We had to go with them.
Absolutely.
Both good picks. So let's move on to the next category, boys. UK guys, take it away. Let's go to middleweight. What you guys got?
Middleweight, we have got this geezer right here.
Ooh.
We have got Triple G, Gennady Golovkin.
You're using my favorite against me.
You know it makes sense, brother. If I could bring Jake Paul in, I would have done, but he's not good enough, unfortunately. So we'll have to go with Triple G.
Yeah, the 2-weight world champion, unified champion. 38-0-1 before being beaten. And that was contentious. Yeah, the guy's unbelievable. Power, belligerence, chin. He had the fear factor that not many middleweights could produce over the years to their opponents. We talk about opponents freezing in the ring. This guy, when he was bearing down on you, put the fear of God in many men in that ring. So yeah, he was pleasing to the eye. His power was undeniable.
Beat some good Brits as well, didn't he?
He beat some fantastic Brits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Martin Murray. Beat a few good Americans as well. Miracle Man Danny Jacobs. He beat Kell Brook, of course, from the UK. He beat the recently deceased, rest in peace, Martis Banarosian. He's beat many people, Curtis Stevens, David Lemieux from Canada. He's beat. He's a danger man, and he's now an Olympic coach, isn't he? He's now an Olympic flag bearer for Kazakhstan, which is good.
He is,
training the youth of today in Kazakhstan.
His
Olympic background will help him massively in that. He's just an all-round superstar, mate. And to be honest, let's be quite honest, he got robbed in that Canelo rematch. We all know that. We've seen it.
Big time.
We all seen it. He got absolutely robbed. And then the third fight, he kind of gave up. Would you say, Chance, he kind of gave up by then?
I wouldn't say that Triple G gave up. I don't think he ever wanted to lose the man that Canelo, who cheated him with PEDs the first fight. We know Triple G won that fight, even though Canelo juiced, which got overturned later. I think he just got old and he just didn't have the reflexes anymore. He's already in his 40s. He just lost his step. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Well said.
As well.
Well said. And he moved him up to super middle for that defeat. So
yeah,
he was undefeated at middleweight. Which,
exactly.
you know, it's in his career of 38 fights at that time, that is commendable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby,
made
you got
a joke when Canelo whinged about Bivol moving him up to 175, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
The same to Gennady moving him up from 160, which is an 8-pound jump. He only moved him up 7. So what's your problem?
Yeah, I'm no agreed.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, guys, I'm thinking about the fat flag still. I don't know why. Got those girls in my head. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, let's run it.
Let's hear it.
Said was absolutely amazing, and I almost bought it. I really bought it. I almost thought to myself, shit, I'm screwed. But guess what, guys? I think what I have for middleweight hurts me personally because it's not the guy that I wanted to be, but I couldn't pick with my heart.
Yeah, I'm going Sugar Ray Robinson.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going with the king of the pound, 4 pound, Mr. Sugar Ray Robinson.
Of course.
I didn't have a choice. And this pains me because my name is Hagler, and Hagler's my boy. Okay? The reason I love boxing is because of Hagler. For me, not to pick him is saying something. All right, so let's get into it. The king of the pound for pound, arguably, over everybody.
Yeah.
This middleweight run established the template for what a complete fighter is, in my opinion. Okay? Beautiful style, fluid combinations, footwork, accuracy, poetry in motion. Huge resume. LaMotta, Basilio, Fulmer, Turpin, Robinson also be champion after champion. Longevity and activity. Fought multiple times per month. Stayed elite for years, guys. Different time, different era, but this is how it was. Top 5 fights, in my opinion. Jake LaMotta, multiple. Rivalry that defined an era. Gene Fulmer, KO of the year. Carmen Basilio, epic 2-fight saga. Randy Turpin reclaimed the title in historic fashion, and Bobo Olsen. I picked Bobo just because of the name Bobo. Okay, Bobo Olsen controlled a top contender, and I did go back and watch the fight to justify it, and yes, he controlled that guy completely, emasculated him in some ways, even. You know, poor Bobo. But I had to throw him on there. Okay, signature traits, textbook performance combinations, smooth movements, ferocious killer instinct, amazing balance and timing, ability to fight multiple styles. And this is where it pains me. Why is he above my guy Hagler? Hagler was unbeatable for years, but Robinson has fought way more elite opponents and moved through weight classes and widely regarded as the GOAT of GOATs of boxing.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Robinson, middleweight North American. Take it away.
Good picks. Both of you guys, good picks. All right. Last but not least is the final category of the UK versus North America debate. Actually, I should say European. We're going to go with super middleweight. Jams, neutral, take it away. Who you got?
There we go, mate. That's who we've got. Big Joe.
Yes, we have Joseph William Calzaghe, CBE, is the Welsh wizard who, well, his record is unbelievable.
46 and 0.
46 and 0. Undefeated.
32 knockouts.
What can we say about this man?
Well, he
Super
beat Roy
middleweight.
Jones Jr.
At super middleweight. Let's, you know,
he beat Brian Hopkins, Mikel Kessler, Saki Abika, Jeff Lacey, Richie Woodall, Robin Reed, Chris Eubank Sr. at middleweight. You know,
Byron Mitchell, Charles Brewer. 10 plus years as champion, 21 title defenses, and undisputed at super middleweight. Joe Calzaghe. He won the inaugural ring super middleweight belt as well, beating Jeff Lacey in England, Manchester, England. He beat Michael Kessler for that undisputed when he won the WB, WBC, and Ring Magazine.
That's what the picture's from, bro. That's him punching Kessler in the chops.
There you go. Yeah. He then went up to to light heavyweight, and 2 historical fights there with Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones Jr. A pound-for-pound king, undefeated. He had volume that only light heavyweights or even super middleweights could dream of. He obliterated his opponents to submission most of the time. Another that is indefensible when he attacked. You could run, but you couldn't hide.
Well, even when he got dropped by Chris Eubank, he jumped straight back up and he was on the attack and he just did not stop till he got that win. That's what he's like. That's Joe
Chris
Calzaghe.
Eubank Sr. said that was the hardest man he had
of his
ever
life.
faced in the ring.
Yeah.
And testimony to that, Roy Jones Jr. said something similar, just with not as much respect.
Yeah, it was a higher
The
weight
thing
there as
is,
well.
the thing is that Joe Calzaghe was simply the best at super middleweight, maybe of all time. Let's hear the North American version of super middleweight.
We're going to go with Andre Ward, as you guys would guess. We're going to pick.
Yeah, son of God, son of God.
The
Very
son of
good. I
undisputed
think
king of the
Calzaghe beat
division.
him, no?
He won the Super 6 World Boxing Classic, beating Froch, Kessler, and Abraham.
I know.
Unified WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, made 6 defenses, dominated Chad Dawson, beat Sergey Kovalev, technically flawless, arguably the most complete 168-pounder of all time. Andre Ward, 32-0. He retired a little bit early. I thought he could have kept going, but he retired on top, and our pick is Andre Ward.
Yeah, but after he moved up to 175, he kept getting dropped, didn't he? That's why he retired.
Yeah.
Just get
That would have been a great fight.
one,
Prime Ward versus Prime Calzaghe. And I'll say one thing about Joe Calzaghe. He doesn't get enough love in North America. He's one of my favorite European fighters. I was actually cheering for him when he fought Jones and when he fought Hopkins. How much I like the guy. He doesn't get enough respect over here. So I'm glad you guys picked him because he's an all-time great.
Appreciate that chance,
absolutely.
mate. Yeah, I agree.
6 great fighters from each side. It's going to be harder for the fans to pick, for the guys in the comments as well to judge.
I got one more bonus question here for you guys. We'll ask Bobby, Neutral, and Jams. Give me your top 2 favorite European commentators. Who you got?
I love Jim Watt and Adam Smith.
Okay. Neutral?
It's, of course, I'm going to see Jim Watt and I'm going to see Reg Guttridge.
Okay. Bobby, who you got?
Yeah, Adam Smith for me for sure. And that guy who used to be on TNT, the older looking fellow with the balding head.
Al Bernstein?
No, I can't remember his name, but he was from the TNT side of things. I saw him.
Okay. Well, for me, it's for me, the greatest, I think, commentating boxing of all time is from America. It's Jim Lampley, Emmanuel Stewart, and the great Larry Merchant. Those 3 guys on HBO, couldn't touch them. Yeah, in my opinion.
But you asked us for British ones. If you didn't ask.
No, they're British. You're on Team North America unless you switch sides.
Bobby,
I don't know why you said those guys.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I love Lampley. I love all those guys that you mentioned as well. Absolutely. But for me, the British commentators just have a little extra spice that just makes it more enjoyable. And it doesn't matter if you're watching football, watching cricket. Anything with British commentators just makes it that much more enjoyable for me, generally speaking.
Yeah,
and maybe that's just a bias because
you guys converted Bobby to Team Europe with all your picks. He's left the American side.
We have signed one up. We've got one.
Look at he's even wearing Oasis.
We're on the ropes already, celebrating our win here tonight on Red Corner Boxing. It's just a mere formality. The judges out there.
Yeah. We've got to get Chance over now from MVP and Jake Paul. We've got to get him away from Jake Paul. And then we've got the group.
In the UK. I spent more time in the UK than I probably have anywhere else.
Yeah, I know you brought half an Englishman, onto the North American team. Hey, we've swayed him, Chance. We've swayed him.
This is where I grew up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Neutral and Mr. Jams for joining us and for providing us a platform to do this. For you guys, this is live. If you guys want to check it out, the recorded version, I'm going to piece it up, edited it, edit it and make it beautiful for Thursday for our show. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this show. Great debate, great picks right across the board. This is one time I wish I had one of those kind of computer programs where we could run these guys against each other and then win against each other, right? I don't know if it's possible in the video game if half these guys are even on there. But if they are, maybe we can try to figure that and run that out one day and see what that looks like. So on behalf of Bobby Sampson, Mr. Chance Michael, Mr. Neutral, and Mr. Jam's Corner of Red Boxing, guys, thank you so much. God bless and have a great rest of your week.
God bless, and same from us, guys. Me and Mr. Neutral at Red Corner Boxing. Big up to Samp Chance podcast over in Canada. Thank you so much for hosting this show. We love you guys. Everyone stay tuned. Subscribe to both channels. We're just going to quickly say from the British end, we're sponsored by Easy Storage and the Boxing Fight Zone. We love you loads. We'll see you for the watch-alongs on Friday for Gassiev versus Pulev. God bless. See you on Friday afternoon.
I'm moving. I'm going. I can't stop. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going. Can't lose focus. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going.
Red Corner